Welcome to Creepypasta. Please like, share and subscribe. This will help us make more content for you. Thank you.
Glitchy Hospital. Me. I work at a hospital as an RRT, registered respiratory therapist, and the following happened only a few hours ago. I was running 3 floors with 13 patients under my direct care, 6 of them I have treated for a few days, and I know them in terms of we have talked while I treat them. I am considered a kind person by most patients, so they talk to me and tell me about their lives and about the family, etc. There is this particular lady, 73 years old, terminal patient. I have been treating her for 4 days now, so she knows me well enough to not confuse me with anyone else. As I stated, we have talked before and even joke around. Very nice lady. At around 1:30 a.m., I was headed to her room to provide treatment, but, as I was walking through the hallway, a code came in, and I had to turn around and instead run all the way to the ER to deal with the code the ambulance was bringing in. I was with that coding patient for a good 25 minutes with all the nurses and the doctor trying to save his life. Unfortunately, we couldn't. After that, I had to continue my normal rounds, and my next stop was obviously the lady I was going to treat prior the code's arrival. So, I went to her room, and she saw me and asked, "What happened? Did you forget something?" I thought nothing of it, and told her it was time for her treatment, to which she replied, "Son, but you already gave me the treatment. Only a few minutes ago." I said, "Ma'am, I have not. Did someone come in and give you treatment?" Which should not have happened anyway, as I had with me her treatment chart. She said, "You gave me treatment only a few minutes ago. You came in like you always do, asked me how I felt, and we talked about adjusting my dose because it's making my heart race like a horse, and you said that you would look into it." Mind you, she was not alone, her granddaughter was there too, and she also said that I had been there only a few minutes ago. After trying to process what she said to me for a few seconds, I asked, "Ma'am, are you sure someone came in here and treated you?" To which she replied, "Not someone. You. You are the only one who treats me at night, you and that crazy nurse out there." I was confused and told her to hang on a minute, so I went outside, and went to the nurse's desk where the patient records are kept, to see if anyone had written on it, looking for any treatment anyone else had given her. But there was none written. I went back into the room, and said that I still had to give her treatment. Obviously I had to, or I could have lost my job for that. Anyway, as I am treating her, I am asking her granddaughter about it, and she also is 100% certain it was me, and that I gave her treatment, and that we indeed talked about adjusting her dose. Now, I am here thinking and asking myself, what the hell? I was in the ER and there are several witnesses. I was there for a good 25 minutes. But, the patient and her relative claim I was in the room with them during that time. There are no records of any treatment on the main patient records, and we RTs carry around a little chart of our personal patients for the shift, and no one else but me had it. So, what happened here? I asked the nurse outside at the desk if she saw anyone going in, to which she replied, "Other than you, no one." I asked again, "Are you sure? You didn't see anyone going in?" "Well, no, just you. You went in, were in there a few minutes, came back out, walked right past me and went down the stairs, and just came back." So, the nurse is saying that indeed I went in the room, then left, and now came back, but it wasn't me, I was in the ER. After this all happened, I talked to the security guard, and asked him to please check the security footage and let me know if someone went in. About half-hour later, I came back and he said that yes, indeed someone went in, looked physically just like me, wearing the same uniform, but couldn't make out the face as I never actually faced the camera, so the footage never caught my face. So, now, we have footage of me walking into the room, and, brace yourself, footage of me in the ER at the same time. Needless to say, they are looking into this right now. Like I said, this only happened a few hours ago. I just got home, and as I was driving home all I could think was, glitch in the matrix, so here I am, posting it for all to read. I just came back from work again, and turns out this was a big controversial subject all day and night yesterday at the hospital. Everyone is talking about it. Everyone came up to me to ask me what happened, a lot of them in complete disbelief, not that I can blame them. The hospital is taking this very seriously, though, not for the same reasons we are. To them, this is a case of someone walking into the hospital and walking into someone's room for only God knows what reason. They actually are very concerned. They are investigating this, because there is footage as evidence that this actually happened. A lot of people, colleagues, are very creeped out by this, and some are just very interested in what could have possibly happened. I was actually brought into the administrator's office to give him my account of the events. I am not in any kind of trouble, as they know for a fact that I was in the ER when this happened. He just wanted some information, understandably. I was ordered to keep this event between us, as in only those who already know about in the hospital, because this actually is being considered a crime and is under investigation. The hospital's administration interviewed the patient and her granddaughter, and they stand by their word. It was me in the room with them, and it was me who treated her and talked about adjusting her meds, dosage. They too are now very creeped out after finding out why they were being interviewed. I did talk to them as well, and explained what happened, and they just couldn't believe it. They just can't understand it, because they have seen me for days, talked to me, and joked around, and seen me in the cafeteria even, the granddaughter I mean, so it's not like they could have confused me with someone else. It was me. Update 2. The hospital is still investigating, but so far, according to what I am being told, there has been no new development. They are stumped. No one has come clean about going into the room for any reason, so no one was impersonating me as far as the hospital is concerned. The patient and relative both stand by their word, as so does the nurse who says she saw me going into the room, then out and down the stairs, only to see me come back a few minutes later. It's all starting to give me the impression that this whole deal will be swept under the rug, never to be discussed again. I don't want that to happen. I want answers. After all, it involves me and someone pretending to be me, of all people. Why not the DR, or a nurse? If and when any new developments come to light, I will update again. Also, I will try to push the security guard for a copy of the video. I have seen it and the person most definitely does look like me. Update 3. I think they are sweeping this under the rug, so to speak. For the last few days, no one is talking about it, and by no one I mean administration. I asked the administrator if there were any new developments, and he just said, no. Then changed the subject. They either have no clue and are just letting it go, or they know something and are covering it up. I keep pushing for answer, but each time I am stonewalled. This really bothers me, not just because I'm not getting answers, but because I am involved in this investigation. My name is floating on some desk regarding this incident, and I feel that I have a right to know.
Comments. Sometimes odd behavior is reported, but most of the time I think the doppelganger acts the way the actual person would behave. At least in this case, nothing strange or different was noticed by his friends and colleagues. They simply thought he was there. I personally do not believe the doppelganger is an imitator. My current explanation is that this is all caused by a temporary overlap of two parallel realities. Although I do not really believe in separate parallel realities as such, it's all one reality. We just can't perceive it as one, but it's useful as a metaphor here in order to be able to describe what's going on here. It's like flatlanders living in separate 2D world slices within a bigger 3D environment they are unable to perceive. If we assume each flatlander can only consciously perceive his own world as 2D, then what would happen if two different 2D slices intersect with each other? Flatlanders from both worlds would be able to interact at the intersection, while normally they wouldn't be aware of each other's existence. I think this is what's happening with these doppelganger glitches as well. Two realities intersect, and at these intersections multiple versions of the same person can be observed. Sounds far-fetched perhaps, but with the many worlds interpretation of quantum physics, this could very well be a possible explanation.
This makes me think of an older post where a guy was saying goodbye to his girlfriend as she left his place in a taxi, only to have her walk up to him 5 seconds after the cab took off, and she's completely furious and yelling at him. She walks past him and up the stairs to his apartment and is screaming about him cheating or something, gets into his apartment and starts gathering her things together as if she's going to leave. Looked and sounded like her but wasn't her, and I think he said the apartment security had footage of them going up the stairs, only there's no way it was actually her. I'm going to look for that post now.
Do you have a creepy story? Please share it with us in the comments, and we will post it on the channel. Please subscribe. Thank you.